Good evening, and welcome to the Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting for the City of Fayetteville. This is our regular monthly meeting, March the 11th, 2025. Tonight with us, we have Miss Wanda Tate to say our prayer, and then we also have our pledge is being given by Emma Bates from the Fayetteville Middle School, Natalie Brewer, and Lucy Smith from Rathhaskins. So if you ladies will come forward, we'll start with our prayer, please.
Would you bow your heads in prayer, please? This evening, Lord, our kind and gentle Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for one more time to be able to come into your presence. Lord, it is with you that we move and we have our being, and we thank you so much. Dear Lord, thank you for opening up the scriptures and giving me a prayer today. As I was studying today, it came on my mind to look in Luke chapter 12 and verse 48. And that verse says, "To whom much is given, much is required." And I thought, Lord, why are you putting that on my mind? But Lord, as I thought about it, as you give me thought in my mind, it came that we have to have your time. We have to have your talent. And Lord, most of all, we have to lean on you for everything that we do. And Lord, as I pray over this group, Lord, please let them take the time to think about what they're doing. Let them thank you, Lord, for giving them the talent to do it. And Lord, let them be abiding and doing what you would have them to do. Lord Jesus, I thank you for everything that you do. Lord, I thank you for this group. I pray for each one of you individually. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, if I can real quick, just, hey, Miss Wanda, yes. Thank you. Thank you for the blessing that you have always put upon all of us. Thank you for the things that you've done for me in my past, and thank you for the great things that you're going to do for the people of this town and the leaders of this town in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we'll move on to the adoption of the agenda. The agenda is provided for you on your iPads. Are there any corrections on this agenda? If not, that agenda will stand. We'll move on to the minutes. This is approval of the minutes for the regular meeting, February the 11th, 2025. Did you, they are provided also on your iPad. Are there any corrections to these minutes? If not, these minutes will stand approved as presented. No one signed up today for public comments, so we have two guests with us tonight that is reporting. We have Eric Jones, Superintendent for the Fayetteville City School System.
Thank you, Mayor Hartman. Board, it's always a pleasure to come before you and be able to give a report, and I'm really excited and relieved to get to make an announcement tonight. On February 11th, I believe, Mayor Hartman received a letter and from FEMA, and it gives me great pleasure to confirm the announcement that FEMA has approved our project for the safe room at Fayetteville City High School. The approved total is $9,381,862 with a federal share of $8,433,675.80 and a non-federal share of $983,186.20 to be split between the state and local. So the state share will be $491,593.10. So that gets us to our 95 and 5 on our FEMA project. This is something I've worked out on for about 5 years. Very excited about it. we have our monies ready and available. We have requested that the Board of Mayor and Alderman would approve our going to bid later in the meeting. This approval will allow us to go ahead and move forward on our bid process to procure basically what you think of as a general contractor, construction services, the people that will actually build the facility. And we would like for that to be done so that as our plans are adapted, basically everything is up to code. We've already made the modifications that have to be made from the code changes between when we started and where we are now. And we've already spoken with the state fire marshal. I know some of you were in a meeting last Thursday. I appreciated your attendance in the meeting and your interest in the project. We've already taken the steps to go through. Everything is copacetic. We'll be getting that documentation imminently, and this vote to affirm that and give us a green light permission to move forward will save us a few weeks worth of time to not have to bring it back to the board later next month. So very excited about that. The school system itself has a lot going on. We've got all of our spring sports. Very much appreciative of everyone. Nathan in the rec center. We do a lot of work together this time of year, and their support is always much appreciated. We've had some fun ball games I've already been attending. They're not all going our way, but we're having a good time every night. So it's you know, hopefully that'll improve as we go on to. Got some plays coming up. Just had a very nice play at the middle school. So things are going well, and we appreciate all of your consideration and support throughout all that we do. Go Tigers.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks for your report. You have a question?
Yeah, real quick question. Have we talked to FPU as far as lead times and things like that for powering? I know we're still far out.
Yeah, we're no more than we have in the past. They are aware that the program is kind of where it is, but as far as lead times for procuring transformers and things of that nature, we're not really there yet to go forward to the next step. We need to get our GC in place, and then the GC will move forward with all the appropriate permits and things of that nature. They will be the ones to sit down. So we're kind of in that lull between the first phase and the second phase. They have been aware for a couple of years now at this point, so they know kind of what's in the cart before we purchase it. But to pull the next lever to make it move down the line, we need the GC in place so that they can do that under their permits. Does that make sense? Okay.
Any other questions?
I've got one, and
Sure.
it's simple.
Yeah.
Moving forward, is there any way that we can have a meeting like with you or at some point in time and involve our department heads, our fire chief, and police chief, and EMA director as you get close, further down into the program so they might be brought up to speed?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Whenever.
As a matter of fact, part of the process will require our plan that we're putting together for how we enact the procedural part when the safe room is built. We will hope to have the cooperation and participation of all of these groups. So not only would it be, would I approve of that, I would absolutely hope that that would be the case. And yes, we can have multiple meetings if necessary. So yeah, I want to make sure everybody's on the same page. And I think with a situation to have a facility like this, we'll all want to put our best foot forward, but I do want to give everybody assurances that we have plans from the school system to make sure we're doing the heavy lifting. We're not going to burden anyone's manpower or anything of that nature. So it should be great.
Also, Eric, on this grant, is this a drawdown? Would you draw it down, or do they just bank the money and you?
It's reimbursed. So what will happen is expenses will come. There'll be a report. So in the future, once we're kind of rolling, each month there will be a reimbursable that you all will vote on, and then the money that amount will come from the state, because the feds have already given the state the money. So TEMA will give the City of Fayetteville the money, and then the City of Fayetteville will work as the pass-through for us to be able to utilize the money. Does that,
Yes, because I didn't know how that was, we've talked about a lot of things,
Yes, ma'am.
but we did not talk about how the money was going to come, because that's a large amount of money for,
yes, ma'am. It
you
is.
know,
And
I just want to make sure that.
there'll be some months that it won't seem that large, and then there'll be some months that will be really astoundingly large. So when the concrete bill comes in, it'll be millions of dollars, so.
Okay, all right.
All right, thank y'all.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Just proud you got that 95.5. I know that's what
Yeah.
you were shooting for.
Yes,
That's big.
it's much more advantageous. The
Right.
75-25 was a good deal. This is phenomenal. I'm pleased with that.
That's great.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have the Library Director, Megan Murr, from the Public Library.
Good evening.
Good.
Evening.
During the month of February, we had 1,489 patrons visit the library, and they checked out 1,053 physical and 2,785 digital materials. We hosted 16 programs with 468 persons attending. And I am beyond excited tonight to announce that our new educational resource program is live on our website. It offers a full curriculum for 35 weeks for grades pre-K through 5th grade in all subjects. And within the first 12 hours of launching that, we had over 300 downloads, which I think really speaks to its value for our community here. I'm also pleased to announce that we applied for a grant with a company called StoryCorps, and we were among 9 libraries to receive that. So we have a $1,200 grant to implement their initiative in our library, which is about increasing opportunities for connection among people. So creating opportunities for dialogue among individuals with differing backgrounds, different political beliefs, just giving that safe and open platform. So we were absolutely thrilled to receive that and look forward to studying how we can implement that into our community. And that's my report. Thank
Okay.
you all so much.
Any questions?
Megan, I'm very blessed to be able to be on the board. I've unfortunately not been able to make the meeting just yet. Childcare is
Oh, yes.
unreal. I actually hadn't had a chance to come to any of some of these meetings because of childcare, but I'm very blessed to be a part of the board. If there's anything that you need, please email the city email and whatever I can do to help, I will be there. I think the next meeting is the 22nd. I believe.
This coming Monday on the
This coming Monday.
7th. On the
Okay. All right.
17th.
I should be there that day. Thank you so much, and thank you, Mayor, for appointing me to this board. I think we can make it, even though it was good, it can be a whole lot better. So we're good.
Well, we are thrilled to have you, and we look forward to seeing you
Yes,
Monday.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Megan.
Can we get a real quick
Mm-hmm.
an update on the HVAC? I know that's
Um,
a sore subject.
Still kind of in limbo. We are fixing to put bid requests out into the newspaper and everywhere that we can to kind of get that ball rolling. So we know it needs to be replaced. It's already at the end of its lifespan, and we're spending more money trying to kind of Band-Aid fix it than it would cost to just replace it at this point. So I'll probably be coming back in the next few months with
Okay.
that,
Hey,
but we're
that's
just
why-
in the beginning.
That's why we're here.
That's
why we're
right.
here.
Well, we always appreciate it. And I know our patrons will as well, so
Yes. Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Now we'll move into our standing committee reports. First up, we have Chief Bergman for the Fire Department.
Thank you, Mayor. For the month of February, the fire department ran 129 calls for service. This included 117 EMS calls, 1 fire, 3 hazardous conditions, 2 good intent calls, and 6 false alarms. That's my report.
Thank you. Police Department, Chief Jennings.
Thank you, Mayor. For the month of February, we had 82 incidents, 41 arrests, 33 traffic crashes, 58 traffic citations, and 958 totaling police activity events. Our criminal investigation division has a total of 444 cases on hand. We opened 10 of those new and closed 4 cases and have 1 arrest. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now to the Finance Department, Director Loretta Garner.
Yes, mid-year financial reports will be available in the April work session. Also, the 1 vehicle was transferred from the police department to the animal control department. Local option sales tax received in February for January was $375,251. State share sales tax received in February for December was $86,720. Occupancy tax February for the month of January was $8,459. This is a decrease of 23.8%. And that is my report.
Thank you.
So Loretta, so you're talking about handing over the vehicle over to the animal control, Joseph. Is that something that the city, maintenance-wise, will we have to take care of that maintenance, or will the?
Well, that's something we've been doing for many years.
Okay.
Even when the relationship with the Humane Society was doing that, the city has always had an obligation to take care of vehicles, and it continues.
Okay, so we're still doing good on the maintenance of the vehicles and making sure that the animals are taken care of and everything like that.
Right. I'll give a report in a few minutes.
Oh, all right, gotcha. All right, sorry. All right, good deal.
Okay, now for the Recreation Department.
Thank you, Mayor. Our upcoming events, bingo started back. It's the first Monday of every month. Men of Virtue and our new program of Ladies of Virtue will both start back on March the 18th, 5:30 to 6:30 at the Rec Center. Homeschool PE will begin March the 21st, and we've made several improvements to part of our parks. Gun range, pickleball nets, and Stonebridge Park is getting a little landscaping done to it, as well as our pool area, increase some seating over there. And that is my report.
Sounds like your department's very busy.
Super busy. I also have something I'd like to say to that, Madam Mayor, if that's okay. I've talked to Chief Jennings and I've talked to Sheriff Malone about some things about maybe possibly, and that's going to be in our, our strategic planning in the next couple of days. Getting a new entrance to the gun range that is just a straight shot. I know FPU owns a piece of property and the county owns a piece of property, but just getting something that is a straight line. I've talked to one of the officers, and again, I've talked to Chief Jennings about it as well. Still in talks with Sheriff Malone about some stuff. But is there any things that you could possibly put out that we could make a straight line straight to the gun range where you're not having to get a flat tire when you go up to the dump and all that stuff? Or, I mean, what do you think?
It'll take more investigation as to walking it, seeing it, getting the logistics of it to see if it'll work and how much it'll cost.
Okay, so what are the costs? It's just a cost. And now, if it's county-owned property, and the county decides to let us have that piece of property for, I don't know, $3 a month, would that be something that we could do, or that still be something we had to lease to them, or how would that work?
I don't have that answer for you right now. It'll take some more investigation as far as cost and logistics.
Okay, all right, thank you. That's all, I'm sorry.
That's all? Okay, we're moving to the Public Works Department. Director Williams.
Thank you, Mayor. So for the month of February, Public Works did pick up, we did 4.5 tons of brush and leaves. We did 260 tons of household waste. The garage also completed 30 of 32 work orders they had for the facility due. Just want to give all those guys, all my guys, credit. So just a shout out for the job they're doing, what we have to work with. We lost a guy in sanitation, but we did pick one up, so we are still at full capacity. And, everything's going smooth. And that's my report.
Anything from anyone?
Truck's still doing good, Jack?
Sir.
The new truck coming in, everything's still going good with that?
Still online, so
Still online,
October is what we're being told. So.
You ain't gotta call me, sir. I work for a living, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, moving to Planning and Codes Department, Director Gentry.
Thank you, Mayor. 8 permits were issued in the month of February. The total project valuation was $117,425. The total permit fees were $714. 19 property maintenance violations were issued in February. We did conduct 3 great interviews for the property maintenance inspector position, and we hope to make an offer in the next few days on that position. The only agenda item at the February Planning Commission was a rezoning request for 1107 Hedgemont Avenue from R2 to C3. That item is on the agenda tonight to call for a public hearing, which is the next step in this rezoning process. The home grant application was submitted by the February 28th deadline, but we will not know if we receive those funds until probably late May. And then we did submit new artwork to reface the city billboard on I-65. They are doing some cleanup of some trees in that area, and they hope to have the billboard up within the next 3 weeks. And that's my report.
Thank you, ma'am. And then on to the city administrator's report. Kevin Owens.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and Board of Aldermen. If I may, I will start with the animal control update. I'm going to give you a brief update, but there will be more details as strategic planning as Laura Bryan is preparing to present to the board on next Saturday. But just to start, animal control, as you know, the city and the county took over in October 2023. At that time, we had to rebuild everything with animal control, including retaining employees, getting furniture, software, building maintenance, electrical systems, as well as dealing with some temporary policies that we put into place. So we started that, and then we started some minimum services, I guess, in January 2024. And that operated pretty much for 7 or 8 months until we were able to put employees into place, as well as we had to get almost all new equipment to do so. We also had to get software in order for them to track, and we had to get communication devices. So all of those things have been worked out. What we're doing currently, we're working with the county on a monthly basis to try to do a real strategic planning on how to get this moving. And that includes trying to adopt permanent policies. We still have some working relationships with the county that we're still trying to do as far as being reimbursed, so we're still trying to smooth some of that out. Because we do have software in place, we can track. In the month of February, we did have 47 intakes, and that was including 2 severe cases, one in the county and one in the city. And I'm sorry, we have 47 current occupants. We had 42 in the month of February. We had 6 adoptions, and we had 3 necessary adoptions, euthanasias during that month. As we continue to work with the county as far as a plan, we do plan to meet on April 2nd, and we've been meeting so far in this building, and there have been 2 to 3 hour meetings about what to do. We're still looking at how we deal with some of our court procedures. We've been dealing with about 2 or 3 a month, so we've been working on those. We've been working on the law enforcement as well as communication to the communities. And pretty much, unless you all have any questions, that's my report.
Oh, sorry, I know. So the census right now is 47, and 42 of those were in intake in February?
Correct.
Okay.
So what she's doing now, one of the many things we had to do new software, and I think that software arrived September, October. So now she's getting a monthly report of what we're intaking, patrol calls, anything that's dealing with immediate operations. Okay. And she sort of calculated on a monthly basis.
Yeah, and then I know you mentioned 2 severe, 1 county, 1 city. Mm-hmm. Do you have the breakdown of intakes if that's county, what the breakdown for county and city is?
I can tell you just by a few conversations. She did not give me those numbers, but the county had an incident probably the 2nd week of February where they had to take in 27 dogs. Okay. And later in the month, we had an incident just up the street where we had 6 dogs, but that ended up being a very kind of brutal situation without going in real details, but she had to intake 6 dogs at that time.
Okay.
Kevin, I know it's a big issue. I know what we put out for animal control. Can you remind me, or maybe Loretta can, what the county puts out, what we all put in together for animal control and security for these animals and things
So the agreement that was adopted, we adopted an agreement in April of 2024. The agreement was that the city would take the lead, take the employees, and the county is to reimburse us 50% of all costs.
Okay, so 50% of all costs of what city does, county is bringing back to us, correct?
It's supposed to be, yes.
Gotcha, okay. All right, that's all. I didn't, gotcha.
Okay, is that all, Mr. Owens? That's all you have?
And just a little reminder on other things we're working on, but just to remind everybody that strategic planning is on March 22nd. It will be at Montlow, and I will be providing information about the building. I did get a chance to visit Montlow, and I think we have a nice space to meet. Also, just to remind the board, we are continuing with the sidewalk monthly meetings. We did meet earlier today. We're at the closeout. We still have a few things that we must get together before we close the project completely, but that's going well. We're looking to close that out and start looking into newer phases, and that will be out to you all as well as the public before that starts. Just with the building, we're doing new things with security. We have gotten cameras up in the month of February, and we have gotten a new phone system citywide, so we're working out all of the kinks there, but I think that has improved us technology. And we're looking at the fuel method. We have a very poorly fuel method. We have a meeting in the morning to start replacing that. So in upcoming weeks and months, you'll hear more about that. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and Kevin, real quick, I know, Mike and I have talked about this, when we had the, Lincoln leadership here, the buttons to go across, is that gonna be something that's gonna be part of the new project when it comes time and,
Are you referring for the sidewalk?
Yes,
Yeah.
sidewalks.
Jack, you want to talk about, because Jack has worked on that.
Yeah, one of the, specifically, we had noted the corner of Main and Market. So we've got the equipment coming to fix that. Public Works are going to go ahead and do that situation.
Okay.
All around the square, each one's an issue as far as ADA.
Okay.
But it's part of our, our 30-year plan to get them corrected. But we are going to correct the one that's specifically noted in this part of this project that we have to fix, and we are going to address the rest. As we get over to College, over in front of the theater and all, there's a couple over there that I think would be best to just incorporate that into that project when it gets there and make it part of the bid package, and we've talked about that.
Okay.
But we are dealing with the rest, yeah.
Yes, okay. Is there anything you got to add?
In-house.
Okay, all right, good deal.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jack, appreciate it. Thank you, Kevin.
Okay. Okay, now, we have no unfinished business. We'll move into the new business. And item A, this is approval for the firecracker chase. This is an annual event that's been going on several years. This comes before our police chief. It looks like he has signed off on that. Included in your package is also a route that they will take. To get this approved, I'll need a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Painter, second Alderman Keenan. Any discussion? Debbie, call the vote, please.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small? Aye.
That motion carries. And the date on that, I'll back up there, is June the 28th, 2025 is the firecracker chase. Item B is the approval for the Slawburger Festival. This again is an annual festival that we hold and have been holding for several years. The date this year is April the 19th. Also included in your package is the dates and the streets and details on that. So I'll need a motion to approve for the Slawburger Festival.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Painter, second by Alderman Faulkner. Any discussion? Debbie, call the vote.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item C, this is the approval for a $50,000 Camp Blunt item, and you have documentation in your package here, they're doing some work there on the cabin, the Joseph Greer cabin. I know today they put up the windows, they're the backboard windows and the door, and the shakes that are for the roof, that they need for the roof. So this does not come out of city funds. Camp Blunt has their own account, but it does come through the city. So do I have a motion to?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Alderman Bradford, second.
Second.
Second, Alderman Keenan. Any questions?
Yes, so this is not coming out of anything that is required from the city of Fayetteville at all, or county or anything, it's just coming from that budget from the state?
Yes, they have
Okay.
their funds, and
They
it's
have
a
their
separate
funds.
account.
Okay, perfect. As long as everyone is aware of that, the public and everyone is. All right, good deal.
Debbie, call the vote.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
That motion carries. Now moving to item D, this is approval to sell a police vehicle. It is an excess vehicle that they've had for quite some time. It's a 2004 ambulance, and the chief would like to put this on Gov Deals, and I'll need a motion to permit this.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderman Alder, second by Alderman Bradford. Any discussion?
Hey, so real quick, what type of motor is in that ambulance? I know what's in it. How much y'all want for it?
It'll be on the pickup.
All right, good deal. All right, I got you. Sorry. Go ahead.
May I say something?
Yes.
Four vehicles.
There are actually 4 vehicles, I believe, that they are wanting to sell.
Okay.
So the 07 Chevy Impala.
Okay, I see that,
08
yes.
Chevy.
Okay, so it's an 07 Chevy Impala, a 08 Chevy Impala, and a 2013 Tahoe. And then the ambulance, is that correct?
My motion still stands.
And
Okay.
I'll make a motion to, I mean, that has a 4.6 engine in it. That 4.6 is pretty legit. So
I think-
anyway, I'm sorry.
Okay, so we've got a motion by Alderman Alder, second Alderman Bradford. Any further discussion?
No.
Okay, Debbie, call the vote.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item E, this is also for the Camp Blunt. This is permission for them to award the bid for the Joseph Greer painting. So David White was the only bid. It was $30,000. This is the artist that also did the print of Crossroads to Destiny that you've seen around town and in the courthouse and everywhere. And they hope to have the original painting done and then sell prints as a fundraiser. They normally give a scholarship in order of, they want to do it this year in the order of Bill Went, who was a member of the Camp Blunt Commission. So that was a single bid. So I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Bradford, second by Alderman Painter. And any discussion on this item?
And to clarify, funding on that does not come out of the city as well.
Correct. This funding also will come out of the Camp Blunt Fund. It is no cost to the city. Debbie, call the vote.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item F, this is a city ordinance 2025-05. This is presented to you on your iPad. This is annual budget amendment to the annual budget. Do I have a motion for this amendment?
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Painter, second.
Second.
Second, Alderman Keenan. Any discussion?
Yeah, one quick question, sorry.
Mhm.
Animal control line credit, 5,285. Loretta, can you explain to me what that was?
I think
that
animal
adoption?
control is 134. Sorry, Jacob. No,
It's 5-2.
That's fire.
man, I need glasses. Sorry, I apologize.
No, you're fine.
I take it back. Sorry.
I was looking for I thought I had my budget sheet from committee, but
I believe it's reclassification for the workman's comp.
workman's,
Yeah,
okay.
it is.
Got it.
We had, we got our workers' comp audit, and this aligns everything according to the audit.
Okay. All right, I'm good.
Okay. Debbie?
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
On that motion carries. Item G, this is for approval of 2 additional credit cards for the police department. We went with a new credit card company recently, and we were short 2 cards. The 2 commanders with the police department normally have cards on them because at different times, due to emergencies and things like that, the credit limit on each card will be $2,500. Do I have a motion for this approval?
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Keenan, second by Alderman Faulkner. Any discussion?
Is there any way we can maybe possibly, I mean, I know the 2 commanders, $2,500, I know that, we have the money to do what needs to be done for our public servants and everything like that, but, can we get a little bit more than 2,500? Or is that just, is where we're
That's a
set?
standard. That's like the
Okay.
department heads and everything have a fixed amount, and so the commanders would have a lesser amount because they have Chief Jennings.
Got you.
also.
So Chief and y'all are good with 2,500?
Yes.
You guys, okay, you're good with that? Okay, perfect. All right.
Debbie, call the vote, please.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye. That motion carries. Item H, this is approval to award a bid for the Don Davidson paving. This is a Phase 2 project. There was only one bidder, that was Lincoln Paving, for $38,420. Do I have a motion for approve this bid?
So moved. Second.
So I have a motion by Alderman Bradford, second Alderman Keenan. Any discussion? Debbie, you call the vote?
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item I, this is to call for a public hearing on 1107 Hedgemont Avenue. They are requesting a change from the R2 to a C3. This public hearing, if approved tonight, will be April the 8th, and it will be just prior to the April board meeting. So I'll need a motion to approve this public hearing.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve.
By
There we go.
Alderman Painter, second by Alderman Keenan. Any discussion on this item? Debbie, call the vote.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item J, this is approval for the Fayetteville City School to advertise for a bid to go out on the dome project. Superintendent Jones just spoke of that and answered your questions. So this is to put this out for bid for a general contractor. Is that correct, Mr. Jones? Okay, do I have a motion for this approval?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderman Painter, second.
Second.
Second by Alderman Small. Any discussion? Debbie, call the vote.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item K, this is approval for the first Saturday event. This is annual events that we have here in town. It'll be April the 5th, May the 3rd, June the 7th, July the 5th, August the 2nd, September the 6th, and October the 4th. This happens every first Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You also have the application in front of you. It's for our police department, and Chief has signed off on that. Do I have a motion for this event?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderman Painter, second by Alderman Keenan.
Sorry.
Any discussion? Debbie, call the vote.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item L, this is for Resolution R 2025-03. This is a resolution to accept the public entity partners Property Conservation Grant. Mr. Hill, do I need to read this in full or just give the amounts?
I don't know of any reason you need to read it in full. I helped prepare the resolution. It does authorize the grant is like a reimbursement, as they often are. So it does also authorize the expenditure of the $17,500, but 1/3 of that I think is going to be funded by the city school system ultimately. So.
Point of order, everyone. I would recommend that you do read it in full, just so that the citizens know just exactly what this order says, and they don't have to look it up. You can read it yourself, if that's okay with the board. Is that okay? Is that okay, Johnny? I mean,
If you want to.
Okay.
yeah.
This is resolution number R-2025-03 for the City of Fayetteville, Tennessee, a resolution to accept Public Entity Partners Property Conservation Grant. Whereas the City of Fayetteville applied for and was awarded a grant of $4,000 from the Public Entity Partners Property Conservation Grant Program to provide funding for lighting, security cameras, internet security, and related uses. And whereas if the City of Fayetteville accepts the grant, the city will be required to contribute matching funds representing 50% or more of the total project cost. And whereas the city seeks to make expenditures of $17,500.27 for such items, with the city school system agreeing to reimburse the city for 1/3 of its expenditures. Now therefore, in consideration of the foregoing, be it resolved by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the City of Fayetteville, Tennessee, that approval is granted for the acceptance of the Public Entity Partners Property Conservation Grant in the amount of $4,000 for installation of security camera and related items. Furthermore, the City of Fayetteville hereby allocates the sum of $17,500.27 to be taken from the capital purchase funds for the initial payment of these items, under which the grant funds will be made available as a reimbursement, and 1/3 of the cost will be reimbursed by the city school system. And then we'll need to approve this, and then it states on here, approved and adopted on this date. So do I have a motion for this resolution?
Mayor, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
The monies,
Sorry, I think there has to be a motion and second before we can ask questions.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Practice.
So motion, please, for the resolution.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Small, second.
Second.
Second by Alderman Keenan. Now we can have discussion. Alderman Bradford.
I'm trying to figure out what exactly this grant does, and is it for the school security, or is it for?
If I can explain, Debbie and Christy took the initiative and found $4,000 for a project that we had already decided we was going to go ahead, and that's the camera system, the security system. The $17,000 was something that was going to be expensed to the city and was already budgeted. Christy and Debbie found money, and they applied for the money and received it. So basically, the project was going to be done, and because of the grant, we just have to accept the money. But it's money that is to our benefit. Yeah.
I understand.
So is it?
I'm just glad he explained it. I wasn't for sure that, well, this already been allocated.
Yeah, it's already in the
totally.
budget,
Very good.
yeah. And it's for the security cameras that's in. I mean, both of these ladies just found $4,000 they applied for, and we received it.
And I commend them for that.
Right, and this has
Yes,
already been before
it's
the
for the
board.
entire building, yes.
Yeah, and this has already been before the
It
board.
has, yes.
We discussed it at that time for application of the $4,000.
Right, right. And I guess the school involvement is for the entire building, but we're doing security for the entire building, and they had agreed early on to put in some money towards it.
Okay, yeah, that's good clarification, because I thought they were talking about school
No,
building.
no.
We're talking about the municipal building.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
That motion carries. Okay, the last item on our agenda is Resolution R 2025-02. This is a proclamation, a resolution proclamation March as Women's History Month in the City of Fayetteville. Whereas Women's History Month is observed in the month of March in the United States and other countries corresponding with International Women's Day on March the 8th, with its original back to the first International Women's Day in 1911. And whereas women of every race, class, ethnic background have made historic contributions to the growth and strength of the City of Fayetteville, Lincoln County, the state of Tennessee, and to our nation in countless recorded and unrecorded ways. And whereas women have played and continue to play critical economic, cultural, political, and social roles in every sphere of life. And whereas the women constitute a significant portion of the labor force working inside and outside the home. And whereas women have played a unique role throughout the history by providing the majority of the volunteer labor force of the nation. And whereas women were particularly important in the establishment of early charitable, philanthropic, and cultural institutions both locally and throughout our nation. And whereas women of every race, class, and ethnic background served as early leaders in the forefront of every major social change movement. And whereas women have served our country courageously in the military, and whereas women have been leaders not only in securing their own rights of suffrage and equal opportunity, but also in the abolitionist movement, the emancipation movement, the industrial labor movement, the civil rights movement, and other movements which create a more fair and just society for all. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the City of Fayetteville that the month of March is designated as Women's History Month in the City of Fayetteville in honor of the women of the City of Fayetteville, the state of Tennessee, and our nation. This is the 11th day, March 2025. Do I have a motion for this proclamation?
Motion approved.
Motion by Alderman Keenan, second.
Second.
Alderman Small. Any discussion?
I would like to say, even though, this is a great thing for Women's History Month, I would not like to put women's history in just one month. I think women's history should be excelled out throughout the years, always. But if we're doing this for Women's History Month in the month of March, absolutely. So.
Okay. Debbie, call the vote.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Mr. Faulkner?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Keenan?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye. Okay, that motion passes. Also, I would like to say before we adjourn this meeting, just a reminder for the 50s show, there are 4 more shows this week, being Thursday, Friday, and 2 shows on Saturday. Is that correct, Alderman? And so everyone get a chance to go out and see this fabulous show. And this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.